Perfect. This is the last info, Soren. Were you joking when you said you couldn't remember how we met? Well, sorta. That was a long time ago. How would you forget? Relax, Soren. I got to think. I'm thinking. And I remembered what happened in Galleon on the day we first met. Ike. Mother had gone shopping and we missed that day. I was wandering around the village all alone. I walked to the edge of the forest looking for a stick I could pretend it was a sword. There was a raven-haired boy lying on the ground. I remember the huge oak tree by the clearing. I'd been sleeping in the hollow by the roots. He looked like he was my age. He was as skinny as a twig, wearing rags covered in dirt. He looked like he was near death. I took out my lunch, and I headed to him. He made a noise like a sacred animal, and she'd away. Yeah, she'd away now. He was suspicious of me at first, but eventually he took my sandwich and started to eat. It was like he'd never eaten before in his life. I didn't have anything else to feed him, so I told him to come to my house. But he kept shaking his head no. I was afraid you were going to trick me. Afraid that you were going to chase me away. After taunting me with food, just for a laugh. I told the boy that I didn't bring him some food the next day at the same time and place. He finally nodded when I said that. It made me happy. I felt like I was doing something right. Helping this boy, like I was the only one who do that. I was happy too. Not just because I wasn't hungry anymore, because someone finally would talk to me. So I went back to the village again the next day. I was sacred on the other villagers and their rocks and sticks. But I still went back. That's right. That was Galleon back then. The Bjork abused it and tormented it, branded it because the Lagoose shunned them. They wanted to avoid upsetting the Lagoose. The villagers threw stones at me, called me an animal and a devil. But on the next day, the village was littered with corpses. Soldiers and peasants were in a panic. It was my dad. He went crazy when the spirit of chaos in the medallion touched him. I walked through the empty streets, checking bodies to see if you were dead, but I couldn't find you. And said that you had to be alive. I took money and food from the village and headed for Crimea, a land of Bjorks. Soren. On my way to Crimea, I kept seeing Lagoos from the beast tribe. They were terrifying, but after a while I realized something. They never attacked me. They all seemed to notice something about me, and then pretend they couldn't see me. The look was burned into my mind, and I was always the same. They'd scowl and walk away like they never noticed me. In a way, that left me feeling colder and more alone than if they'd attack me. Hate. I could understand this was dental. They made me feel like I wasn't supposed to exist at all. That was simply being alive. And simply, was in the forefront of the world. That was how the beasts treated me, and I hated them for it. It sit in my heart like a lead bar, like a glacier. Well, really? When I reached Crimea, I took refuge in a church all along the way. They took my credit to be a sign that I had been trained in the arcane arts. They took good care of me, taught me things. Once I had learned, speaking on behalf like other people, I wanted to cry me for several years, and I finally found you. But yes, you forgot that day in Gaia. But I didn't care. My only wish was to see you again. I just wanted to see the only boy who had held out warm hand when I had nothing. Soren, don't cry. Don't cry. What? I'm not crying. Soren, you're smart. You are no good when it comes to your emotions. Come over here. Don't treat me like I'm a child. I'm not that. Come on. Shut up. Shut up. Then I'll call him over to you. It's on the past, Soren. I'm so happy right now. Well then, it is time for a finale of March this time. But I realize because I'm an idiot. I'll come over to you. Okay, last healing is before you need to recover. What recovery you can do is more to defend now. And we're all set now. Look who's coming. Lehran. Forgive me, goddess. I must end my service to you now. But dear goddess Ashra, please forgive me. Lehran. Everything I've done was a mistake. This is all a result of my weakness. The changes were unbearable to watch, too frightening to understand. It grew painful to accept change, and with that in my heart filled with cowardice. I was overwhelmed by the pain and could think of nothing but soothing it. As long as I suffered, I was blind to anyone and anything else, even to be beautiful of the world, things of the world. Yeah, I can see it now. The people deserve compassion. They deserve to have their lives back. No, you're always too flexible, too inconstant. You cannot sway me any further. Ashra, my goddess, please, be silent now and watch as I erase these beings that confuse your simple heart. Here we go. Everyone, listen carefully. In order to reach Ashra, you must first destroy the Aurora protection her. Got it? Attack the Auroras. Okay, where we have any of the teams now. this is Lehran, Chancellor, because they made different change up for Lehran now. Well, that's supposed to be like for a Chancellor being a master powerful magic, like magic of state. Okay, in any order and incarnate, it was a name for the creator, so the creator of the world who uses the limitless power to pass judgment on all of the normal attacks if there's no harm for the sake of the god. Any spirits can grieve these spirits. Now, this is J-Filman, and we're gonna fight for rule us.